Hello and welcome to the Don't Cancel Us podcast.
Season
2, a podcast about friendship. We've been friends for decades, and today we want to share how to make friends as an adult. I'm Yasmine Bedward, known as the traveling social media manager. I live my life pretty freely as I hop from country to country while I work remotely. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Chari and Rachel. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Okay, guys, that is so good. I don't even understand, who is she? I don't know.
Right.
Who paid her to do this?
And why didn't we get it? I guess it's our surprise.
Yeah, thank you for surprising
Surprise,
us.
surprise.
Oh man, Rachel,
We love
do you
it.
want to hop in and introduce yourself?
You can go ahead, girl.
Okay, hey guys, so welcome back to the Don't Cancel Us podcast. My name is Chari Caston, and right now I am an MSW student. I'm getting my master's in social work, and I'm a travel agent, and I put those together and I become a mindful travel coach.
Woo-hoo.
Hey.
All right.
ChatGPT told me that. Hey, baby. Okay.
All right. Well, welcome, guys. I am Rachel. Last name is Kwao.
Ooh,
I
hello.
work as an interior designer. I have a business partner that I work with between Atlanta and New Orleans. I am also a filmmaker. I love creating safe spaces for women and discussing topics that are usually seen as taboo. Welcome back. We love you for watching and listening.
Yes. Don't we sound like really important?
I know, it does. Like the ingredients of all of us is like really important. Like we can't forget the yes, we can't forget the quow, and we can't forget the char.
Love that.
So we need it all.
Speaking of ingredients, today we're going to talk about how to make friends. So as I mentioned, we have been friends for decades. Rachel and I have known each other since 2014. Chari and I have known each other since 1914.
I like that.
I was like, I wonder if she knows the year for real. I was going to write it down.
And I was thinking, wow, 1914.
I automatically went 1738.
But for our listeners who may be kind of curious about how to not just sustain a relationship or friendship for this long, but how to even make friends as an adult in the first place. I know. So when was the last time that y'all have made a friend, and how did that go? Like, walk us through the process so that our listener who may be kind of interested or curious for themselves can maybe have some takeaways.
My heart is in my throat. I feel like, and I'm gonna throw you out there.
Okay.
You feel the eyes looking at you.
Eyes.
Rachel,
It's all about
I feel
surprises today.
Rachel makes a lot of friends as an adult, so I would love to know like your tactic and like how you do it and how you sustain them. Not, the definition of what that means for you. So I'm gonna give you the mic.
Okay. How do I say anything that doesn't get me losing friends?
Hello.
So I think I am probably the friendliest in the group.
Yeah.
And so what naturally happens is people end up liking me and then I like them back. And sometimes I'm like, oh, this could be a great connect. In my mind, they're not necessarily friends. We're friendly. It does, you know what I mean? And so when I think of my friends, of course, people use the word friend loosely, but there's different tiers to friendships.
I like that you mentioned friends versus friendly. Break that down a little bit more.
So friendly is just, I think when you
Nice.
meet someone, you have that look that you want them to talk to you, or they feel that, there's one thing where you can be standoffish, and then there's, oh, wow, they look like somebody that I want to talk to. And so you kind of have that welcoming spirit.
Oh, okay.
Not to say y'all are not, no shade.
I'm working on
But yeah,
it.
I think it's a welcoming spirit where you're just like, that look, there's another name for that look, but I don't want to say it right now.
I'm curious now.
You know how there's these memes around that talk about white people just always having that face?
Okay.
Like they're about to, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
have
And so
not
it's
heard
just
of
a
that.
little welcoming because you're just like giving that look. I'd be making it look a little cuter, but yeah.
So from the friendly conversation, how do you like seal the deal? Like, this is my friend.
again, so it's different tiers of friends for me. Okay. And so maybe they're as open as I am because I'm very open. Like I wear everything on my sleeves. And so I can meet someone today and fully be telling them something real deep. Because in my mind, if I never meet them again, it's still a connection that was being made.
Okay.
And I honor that space. Sometimes I think it can be a little, not damaging, but when people are not great with spirits or they may use your energy the wrong way, you don't want to be talking to the wrong person, especially if you're so open, if that makes sense. So
do you start the conversation or do you let people come up to you and say stuff?
I think it's a healthy balance for me. Like I'm comfortable and I'm also comfortable receiving it, like, and
I
just
mean, baby,
flowing.
you really comfortable. I hope this episode could air with her pasties on right now because this is comfortable.
Listen, all I know is if I didn't have to wear any clothes, I would not.
Yeah,
you did there.
You see me, I see you. Okay, Chari, what about you? Last friend you made, and walk us through the steps.
I honestly, because I'm part of a business called Connected Camping. I interact with a lot of people often.
Yes.
But I'm recognizing, and I had this conversation with my husband like maybe 5 years ago,
It's the husband part.
Right, I forget all of this.
It's so sweet. Like,
my husband. So nice. I will not be able to take myself serious. When I start saying that, everybody get quiet and look at me. I'm gonna be like, y'all right. I went too far with it. I just have a ring for nothing.
No, my husband tells me this all the time.
Okay.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
We like it.
Yeah, I love it.
It's aspirational.
Okay, so yeah, just recognizing the layers of relationships. So there's like a transactional relationship and then there's a relationship.
Yeah.
And I realized that I'm a very transactional person in a sense, like if I meet somebody, I'm kind of listening for like, how is this beneficial? What are we doing? What's the next best step? Are we creating a business? Are we going on a trip? What's the point? Versus what I feel like Rachel is very relational, where it starts off maybe like a story, or they're trying to find a connection maybe emotionally, or a connection that they have something similar that they experience similarly.
And we're real, like we're seizing that moment, whoever it is.
Not to say that I'm not real, because I am real in the moment. It's just I'm wired in a way where it's like I want to find a connection in building versus like finding a connection where it's like where we connected before, if that makes sense. Like I want to see where we can go in the future. So I'm like, what is the point of us like talking?
Does that mean you're not in the moment in a way?
I think I'm definitely in the moment, but I'm also maybe not a type of listener. You're actively listening a little bit differently than I am. I'm actively listening for like the moment where I can like, okay, cool, we can relate on that. Let's build on that. Let me help you with that. How can we help each other? Whereas maybe you are probably just sharing a story and the person is like more so like listening, like, oh, okay, you were
connecting on a different level.
On a different level, yeah. So I'm not saying either or is bad, but there are moments, there's a time and place for both. Like there's a time and place to be relational and there's a time and place to be transactional. And you don't want to be transactional every single time and every friend that you make. So that's why it's really hard for me to even like think about the last friend I made, because a lot of it is very transactional. We started maybe with a business or we're in school. Like there's a lot of common ground of how we became friends.
Totally. I think my relationships are pretty transactional too, but I don't get like big things from them. It's not like I'm getting, like a business out of them. It's more like a biscuit. Like if you can cook for me, I love you forever.
But not a biscuit. What is up with this girl today?
So I make friends pretty easily, and that took me a long time to admit because I like to think I'm a shy person, and I am. But sometimes I give myself a mission of going out to meet people because I'm trying to meet my life partner or whatever. Okay. So I'm like, I have to get used to being open and just transactional, So the way I do it is kind of like dating. I go places that I like to go. So the last friend I made, it was at a museum. I love museums. I love hanging out at museums. I love art. I love all the things. Went to a museum. There was like an event. I went by myself. grab some wine. And like after a couple rounds at the charcuterie table, again, food, a love language. People, I think I look like I give a look that makes people curious about like who I am. Like, yeah, there's the mystery. I definitely look like a ninja. I'm like bald with a cross tattoo on my skull. So it's a lot. So people come up and like, almost like, who are you? Or like,
what are you? Actually?
Why are you here? Like, what's happening? And so that is always my opener is like my look. My look is my
not
opener.
Blocking Rachel so she can see the freeway.
We can look in each other's eyes. So yeah, that was it for me. It's just kind of like wearing something that makes people want to talk to me so that I don't have to
conversation pieces.
A conversation starter. Yes. So I also read a lot, and like reading is a fun thing to do in museums or journaling. And I think people see me doing stuff and they're like, oh, what book are you reading? Or where'd you get those shoes from? And then from there, it's like, I'm having dinner, like food again. Yeah. It's like, do you want to come over for dinner? Let's grab a coffee. And then from there, But I think it happens with doing things that I actually like. Like I've never met a friend at a club because I don't like the club.
Or the concerts.
That's a different space.
At all.
I think you gave a good point of the how, right? I don't know if Rachel and I talked about a little bit, but you talked about like how to make friends as an adult.
Yeah.
So that's basically going to spaces that you like to be a part of.
Yep.
I love that you mentioned the conversational piece because like that's intentional. Like, you know, when you wear your pasties today, it's like a conversational piece because
I want to know why Chari wants to know so much about my pasties.
Because it's attracted,
for the listener.
Like you're going to attract friends that are attracted to like...
Or men.
Which could be
my husband.
My husband. But you know, you are intentional about what you look like and what you're putting on your body. That's a conversational piece, and you have to be okay with people questioning it and having a conversation about it.
Yes.
What are some other things you can add to that of the how to?
I think not being judgmental about certain spaces you enter. I have a friend who every time I hang out with, if we meet another Black woman that is just in a glowing space, you could just see it off. He's like, let's hang out. And I'm like, I'm with you. Like, you're just going to invite somebody else? And he's done it enough times that I'm like, what's your issue with meeting another person, making this connection? And I'm usually the one who's cool with that. But I'm like, dang, I thought we was doing something, but I guess it's a party of three now, you know? And so I love how welcoming he is. And it's almost like, as long as it's a Black woman, I have a space for that person at any day, anytime. I'm going to welcome them. And then if it grows into something, it grows into something. So I would say definitely having that energy of welcoming people in.
And you got to open your mouth, right? You
that part.
Hello.
All right.
Talk about a husband. Talk about a husband.
Pause. Talk about a whole lot of husband.
That mouth got to be open. Amen. Let me hear the church say open.
Not open. Jesus.
Use your mouth. Use your mouth.
Yes, you have to use your mouth to welcome people in the space.
100%.
Because I think sometimes, I also heard this on the radio of like how people say that it's easier for like women to make friends, or it's easier because guys, like they're not going to probably go up to people. But hey, I don't know. A lot of things.
No idea what goes on over there.
Yeah, exactly. But I do like that you mentioned like you have to create.
You have to want
aura. It. You have to want it.
You have to want it
You have
deeply.
To have friends.
Yeah. Or be friendly, just because that's a start. For me, it's just a moment of meeting someone else. All right, we all are on this kitchen island at somebody's house, and we know you don't want to be the one who was on the phone the whole time.
Ooh.
You know? And so just vibing, whether it's off of music, just letting that space be open.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, things will get back around like, oh, I really like your friend Rachel or this. And then the moment for me, the next step is once I realize this person is intentional with wanting to hang out with me past that first interaction, then I'm like, oh, there might be grounds for a friendship or a level of a friendship. And then when someone is intentional with me, I then have this like, I say pressure, but I mean in a positive way, where I'm like, okay, you have to follow up. You have to show up a certain way because they're now requesting your presence. And if that's what you want, then you have to show up and meet them halfway.
Yeah. You can definitely feel when somebody doesn't want friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It's sometimes you do want it, but as a guarded person, I spoke about this in a previous episode. If you didn't catch up on season 1, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're on our Spotify and you're joined our Patreon for exclusive episodes and bonus clips. But I did speak about being a guarded person where sometimes you can walk into a room and it's hard to trust that the interaction you're having is genuine. Because if you're not used to people being nice, it's like, what does she want? Or like, why you in my face? Who's this bubble?
Too much.
So you gotta have to kind of relax a little bit. I would say. So go to the wine bar first.
Literally.
Charcuterie
No,
station.
seriously.
You gotta feel
don't be hungry or hangry. Like be
real.
cool, chill out. You know.
Yeah. Bring the things that also make you feel comfortable. I know my husband. He's the type of person where some spaces he may not feel like he wants to interact often. So he brings like markers and things to doodle on. And that is his safe space. He brings it to any space that we're in for him to feel comfortable. But my heart goes out to the person who is in the corner, who is retracted. And you kind of see like, should I talk to them? Do they want friends? Because as a mental health person, I'm like, ooh, do they have anxiety? Like, what's happening, baby? You know, whose responsibility is that?
Ooh, that's a lot.
But also sometimes those people in the corner, that's the first step for them. So that's also okay for a little while. If you're getting like me, who's like used to being around people or like more than 5 people at a time, sometimes easing into a coffee shop or a bookstore is like, I'm outside. That to me is like
enough.
Check off the list.
Yeah.
So it's okay to doodle in the corner, I think, for a little bit. But, you know, eventually try to put the book down and like engage. Or when someone does talk to you or try to ask questions about what you're doing, like be receptive of it.
That's a good one. Being
receptive. Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, I just have like a personal question for you guys. Okay, like
We need to clap. I'm kidding.
Okay, so say you're introducing, like you're hooking me up with somebody, right? It's like a first date, but you know this person, like y'all are friends. So you got to give them like a heads up about me. Like, okay, so I'm gonna hook you up with my homegirl, Yasmine. She's great, but sometimes she could, what's the thing? Yeah, what's the thing?
Wait, so what's the thing for each? Like, if I'm saying it for both of you, if I was to be passing, I know you got a husband.
A husband.
But is that what we're saying? Like, I'm saying one thing for each person?
You can answer for both people if you want.
You could probably even answer for yourself too.
Ooh.
So what's the one thing that I would be like?
Be cautious of her.
Not even cautious, but like she's working on this thing, or she could be a little.
I think if I would say for Yasmine, I think I would say, oh my God, you will love her. Everyone loves her. But sometimes what she says is full of shit. That's what I would say. She's full of shit sometimes. Okay. To wrap that up.
That's good.
I would say my friend Yasmine is a lot of energy, positive, but she's not stable as far as like physically wanting to like be somewhere else.
Okay.
Like, I feel like you always want to be somewhere else.
I want to be where the people are.
Well, that was nicer.
And then I have a little comma.
No, go ahead.
Because she is such a people person, it may be hard to read her.
Ooh, mysterious.
Okay. Are you going to give one since we're technically now doing each?
Okay.
I met Yasmine.
Or like for herself or for you?
Whatever she wants.
I didn't think about this at all.
For us, strictly.
Hello,
Yeah.
we didn't think about it at all either. You just dropped the question on us.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I would say, oh my gosh, my friend Rachel's really great. She's tall, so you have to be taller than her. Height
She can help you reach things.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Come on,
You
girl.
have
You
to.
have to.
And to be fair, when I say she's full of shit, I just mean like really
No.
when she's talking about food, she'll hype shit up for you.
You've told me this plenty times.
And I'm like,
And I do
I'm reading
exaggerate.
you.
I love to, the drama theatrics.
She is very
Little
theatrical.
razzle
And that's what I mean by
dazzle.
full of shit.
Little
clearly.
razzle dazzle.
But yes.
I would say my friend Rachel's really great. I
Let me help you out.
Yeah.
So if I was to do Chari,
Oh, wow.
I would say
Husband.
she's married.
Good one. Good one.
She,
Come on, bring it on, baby.
I would say, but she might, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Go ahead.
I'll probably say, but sometimes if you're not careful, you think she's arguing with you.
ooh.
Okay.
I would say
okay.
that.
Mine was going to be along those lines too. Like, oh my
You
gosh.
can't piggyback, and you
Such
know
a
we hate
sweetheart.
piggybacks.
Let me circle back on that. Such a sweetheart, this
Please
girl.
circle back.
I mean, literally
She
the
just
most
went corporate email
Very
on
helpful.
us.
caring, the most giving person I know.
Considerate.
And she's scary. She's very scary because she knows a lot and she will use it against you. Maybe.
Okay. Received. I would say my friend Rachel.
Oh, hi.
Hey, girl.
This is the
You know, the
episode
funny
that
thing
breaks
is-
us apart.
I know, right? We're not.
This was the first and last episode, bitches.
No, but these are important conversations to have, and I love them. I would say, like you mentioned, being like approachable, but I feel like sometimes it could read not. And there's a comma. My friend Rachel can be a little skeptical.
Oh, I got
Should I explain a little bit more?
Yes,
ready.
please. Do we have time?
We're gonna do this. I'm gonna say it in a few sentences, and maybe we can carry on to the next episode because this is a really good question. But what I mean by skeptical is like if you say something, she won't believe you. Like,
Okay.
and then she questions it like.
Not me
like-
screaming my agreeing.
If you be like, yeah, I have storage on my phone, or I don't have storage on my phone, she'd be like, no, you do, and then you're like, oh, but okay, or like,
Not okay. Okay.
or
Like
even,
right now, like she just tried to do.
yeah.
Did you
or-
hear me say okay and sit down? I'm sitting
Or
down.
if you like, hey, peanut butter is like one of the best peanut butters in the world because it has oregano oil in it. She'd be like, okay. How do you know that?
Are you sure it's
Are you
oregano and not
Right,
this?
Exactly.
I was helping with the example, by the way.
That's really similar to like, I think you and I are very similar
I was just
in
about to say that.
point because you're skeptical where I'm also like trying to figure out as well.
Yeah.
And it comes off
Let me-
as argumentative or skeptical.
Let me tell you the difference between you two because
Tell
this
us.
is my disclaimer.
Oh,
Oh my
boy.
gosh, Rachel's such a great girl. She's gonna cook for you as soon as she loves you. That's it.
Eating.
She's gonna take care of you down. You
Hashtag
never have
African.
to worry about anything ever
Hashtag
again. She's
African.
definitely. She's already
She
a
said
wife,
it, not me.
Okay,
Wife.
but she will definitely argue you down
About the things about you.
about you.
And you're like,
You're like, I'm short, and you're like, well,
I am happy. No, but you're not. You're not. And it's like,
I read something else.
That's so funny. So I think you fight with your brain, and she.
I'm very factual and she's very emotional.
yes,
Very facts. I'm fighting with facts because it's like,
Yes, both are scary.
38?
Both are scary. I'm fighting for my life over here.
Let's wrap things up. Can you
Okay,
give us a drop
don't
a little?
cancel us, but I'm full of shit. No.
No, that's it. Don't cancel me, but I guess I'm really scary.
Don't cancel me, but I'm trying to just keep my thoughts in here and not be emotional. I can be emotional. Don't cancel me because I can be emotional.
All right, guys.
So much for listening.
Like, subscribe, comment below. Please share with a friend, somebody that you want to be your friend. And like we mentioned before, there are ways that you can make a friend as an adult.
Yes.
See you soon.
Never too late. We love
Adios.
you.